Freed from slavery. When Moses was alive, the Hebrew people were also called Israelites. Many Israelites were slaves in Egypt. Moses and his brother Aaron were their leaders and went to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. They said, "Our God says, 'Let my people go.'" "I don't believe in your God," shouted Pharaoh. "Now get back to work." Hearing this, God said to Moses in a thundering voice, "Watch what I will do to Pharaoh, and he will let my people go. Tell my people I will free you all and bring you back to the land I promised Abraham." Because they had been slaves for so long, it was hard for the people to believe Moses. So God ordered again, "Tell Pharaoh to let my people go." Moses worried that Pharaoh might not listen to him, but Moses did what God said. This was a big job for Moses. Moses had to stand up to a very stubborn king who was making God's people work as slaves. God told Moses to go to Pharaoh and tell him to let his people go. But Pharaoh had said, "No, I will not let God's people go." Pharaoh wanted the people to worship him, not God, so God had to use 10 different ways to change Pharaoh's mind, and many bad things began to happen. Finally, Pharaoh changed his plans, and he decided to let God's people go. Now the journey out of Egypt was very long. The Israelites camped on the shore of the Red Sea. The people were feeling really nervous. Moses squinted into the darkening sky. Had he heard something? Something in the distance? Moses shook his head slowly. He did not trust Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to keep his promise. "Do you think Pharaoh followed us?" Aaron asked. Moses stood listening. "We will see," Moses said. "We will see." But Moses didn't have to wait too long. Soon, a growing cloud of dust rose up in the distance. A rumble of horse hooves thundered toward the travelers, and they could see them clearly now. Hundreds of Pharaoh's chariots charged towards them. Moses told them to not be afraid. "God is with us," he said. Moses gripped the staff in his hand. "Prepare to move out," he shouted into the wind. And he said, "Through the Red Sea we will go, because God will make a way." Moses stood on the edge of the shore. He raised his right arm, and he stretched his staff out over the white waves. The waters trembled and divided. The wild wind roared. Soon a wall of water stood on the left and on the right, and dry land appeared between the walls. And he told the Israelites to move. How strange it must have felt to step onto the sandy path. How scary to feel the spray from the water waiting on either side. Would God save them? Would God keep the promise to Moses? In the morning, Pharaoh's army stood on the Red Sea shore, and they saw the Israelites safe on the other side. Then Moses turned around and once again held his staff up over the walls of waves. Tons of water came tumbling down, so none of the soldiers could follow them. And from the safe shore came the sounds of singing and dancing, led by Miriam, Moses' sister. "Sing to the Lord," the Israelites shouted. "God has saved us."